What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dima, I'ma be on the music. So, guys, I got an email from brother T.R. Jr., right? I won't put the whole name out there. And he tells me, hello, O'Shea. I have a video from the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast where Cameron says he refuses to talk to women from Harlem. Now, I have noticed, when I lived in D.C. and I went to, university out there, that I noticed that ladies that came from New York, especially Brooklyn, the Bronx, Harlem, it was different from the other ladies from, like, let's say Philly, upstate New York, even PG County. These women, like, they looked good, but they talked a lot more masculine, right? As far as, with some of the same lingo at the time, because, the lingo is different now, but it was kind of the lingo at the time. Even when they text message, it was very, very similar to how guys would talk. But, I really didn't, put too much on it because, at Howard University at that time with so many women from different places, just kind of went with the flow and, went with everybody else. But I did notice that from women from Brooklyn, Harlem, and the Bronx. But now, before we get into Cameron, there is a particular lesbian young lady who is on TikTok, right? And she made a video about why she won't date women from the Bronx or Harlem. And I want to play her video before we get into Cameron's video, and we'll kind of go from there.
Don't fight me on this. I bet you there's going to be mad comments on this. But for a fact, it's true. If you know any girls from New York that are from the Bronx or Harlem, bro, just run away. Look the other way. Those ladies are men, bro. Like, they're gonna square up with you like a man. They're gonna argue with you like a man. Like, the real knows. If y'all dated a girl from Harlem or the Bronx, bro, it ain't worth it. Act all girly, dress all girly, but as soon as you get them tight, ooh, they mad quick to be like, suck my dick. And you just like, whoa. Like, where did that come from? You ask them questions, trying to care about them, talking about, like, trying to see what's wrong and stuff. They gonna throw shit at you. I swear to God, this shit is true. Like, no funny, bro. Bronx and Harlem girls, y'all little too gangster for me. Way too gangster. Try at your own risk. Don't believe me. I haven't gotta talk much. Y'all gonna see in the comments, because I know for a fact I'm about to get cursed out. But y'all gonna see for yourselves. Stay tuned.
All right, so this person, Kristen Sale, who's a lesbian, is saying something very similar to what a lot of men say in my comment section about dating certain ladies in pockets of Brooklyn, in New York City, Harlem, and what have you. But now Cameron was there at the $1 Million Worth of Game. Shout out to Gilly and Rollo. Again, they have an awesome podcast. Both those brothers are from Philly, right? But now I believe they're in the Atlanta area. I believe they're from, I don't know if they're from North Philly, but shout out to the brothers. They have a really, really great podcast. And I believe it's Gilly. He asked a question because he wanted to know from Cameron, what do y'all do to make women from New York talk like that, right? So let me play that clip, and then I'm going to come back, and then we're going to talk about it.
So I just want to ask this.
Yes, sir.
Before we done.
Yep.
What the fuck has New York niggas done to the New York women for them to talk like that?
Listen.
Don't nobody on planet Earth talk to a grown fucking man like a woman from New York.
Listen, man.
They vicious, Lo. You don't understand.
I think we thought at one time, I just told you that a little while ago before I told you about my shorty in Philly. That shit was sexy. Do you know who fucked it up, man? When we was younger, I'm gonna say for the 90s. And it might have been late 80s, early 90s. Apache had a song called Gangsta Bitch, man. And
I need a gangster boogie with my
gangster bitch.
I need a.
And they was like, ooh, shorty got the door knockers on with the bandana and little Timbs and shit. And we was like, yeah, that's why I want one of those. Until you get outside of New York and be like, I never want one of those ever again. But, that's a great question, Gil. I can't even fucking tell you Why? Because they still doing it. They still, yo, suck my dick.
Oh,
What?
nigga.
What?
There
My nigga, suck my dick.
There you go crazy. You a pussy, son.
Yeah.
You know how I know
Word to
you
my
a pussy?
father.
Yo.
No, you know how I know you a pussy? Because your father, with two F's too, not father. Because your father's a pussy. And your father's no, that's his grandfather. That's not his father. Like, I know you won't do nothing. Yeah. And then, dog, I used to talk to him on live. When I used to go on live all the time, I used to say, why the fuck do y'all talk to niggas like that? Right. And they be like, Gilly, let me tell you, these New York niggas, Gilly, they don't know how to fucking talk, Gilly. You gotta talk to these niggas like a nigga, Gilly, because these New York niggas, Gilly, you just don't fucking know, Gilly.
Yeah, nah. I gotta tell you, I'm not saying that they lying, but the suck my, I can't take it. Yo, fuck you, suck my dick, my nigga. I'll be like, yo.
They tell you that shit fast.
Yo, I'll be honest with you. I have not dealt with, I won't say New York, a Harlem female in years. I won't do it. I'm not, if you from Harlem, you just my homegirl. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with the attitude and I'm not saying there ain't some feminine women in Harlem neither, but I've been too tortured growing up dealing with them type of women, then got to travel and see other females. And I love all my Harlem girls, but we just gonna be cousins and sisters, aunties and everything else. We not getting in no relationship with nobody from Harlem, man.
All right, guys, so you heard what they had to say, right? And this is very interesting because the young lady, Kristen Sale, who is, she seems to be a lesbian, right? She's complaining about the same thing that Gilly, Rollo, and Cameron are talking about. And again, when you look at that, they're going to be talking about, as far as the women, they're making excuses. It's the men, it's the men, it's the men. Well, then how come you don't get that from women in Atlanta? Or how come you don't get that from women in LA? Or women in Little Rock, Arkansas? And I'm going to tell you why you don't get that from women over there. Because there's still going to be buffoonery and things like that, right? But there's never an excuse why you can't be a lady. Because women wouldn't accept that from us. If you're a man and you are out there talking like a lady or you're acting like a lady to them and you're supposed to be a heterosexual man, women gonna have a problem with that. And if you're not acting like a man, they won't let you blame it on them. Well, the reason why I don't take care of myself is because of these chicks out here. The reason why I'm lazy and I ain't got a job is because of these ladies out here. The reason why I don't take care of my business is because of these ladies out here. Nobody was gonna accept that. Or the reason why I'm out here looking how I look is because, of these ladies out here. The disrespect I have towards certain sisters is because of these ladies out here. Nobody's going to accept that because being a man or a woman is a part of your masculinity or femininity, respectively. You're supposed to behave as a man or a woman should, regardless of people. Okay? Because I'm supposed to be a man. I don't care what you do or how you supposed to make me feel. I have enough emotional control that I'm going to, be a man. Even most heterosexual men don't go around telling somebody that suck their you-know-what, okay? Most men would never, that's a fighting word. But for a woman to tell a man that, that's a complete turnoff. Calling a man bro, I think Austin Holloman talked about that. That's so disrespectful. And women got to understand that just because there's some men that you're dealing with out there, you have to have respect for yourself. That's not a reason for why you should speak like that. Because other women in other parts of the country, they're going through some of the same things you're going with black men or whatever kind of men, because it's more than different than just black men in New York City. You dealing with, the Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, whoever else. But that don't give you the reason to talk like that. And again, what he said was, I don't even date in Harlem no more. Right? Now, don't that sound very similar to what you're hearing some of the passport bros saying? Yeah, and what they're saying is, it's nothing wrong with how women are looking. He's saying there's a problem with how some of them are acting. So when you see these black men talking about, I want to go to Brazil, I want to go to another city, I want to go to another community. It's, people want to paint it as if it's just, you guys are going over there on a sex tour or whatever like that. But I mean, I think if you're a real man, you want a woman who acts like a woman, right? Not just look like one. You want a woman that acts like a woman. Why? Because as a man, it makes you want to love her. It makes you want to take care of her. It makes you want to provide for her. You want to see a man that is at his best. Get a man around a woman who acts very feminine and he likes it. You're going to see that man do a lot of different things. If a woman acts like a woman should in front of the right man, he going to produce. But now if a man feels like, the woman is not acting like, that she needs to, it's, he gonna do one or two things. One of the first thing he's gonna leave her, or he just gonna relegate her to just having sex and not take her serious. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top, and as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.